Hello. In this video, I am taking my client Alyssa, who has been in many of my other videos, which I will link below so you can check them out. Also, she's always doing fun things to her hair. That's why I always film her. But she would like to try something new. She wants to go dark, but I will not let her because she will hate it. Last time she wanted to go back blonde again. So I compromised with her, and we are going to do a melt on her, which is in trade going to also be like a faux balayage. Like she already has a blonde, right? So we're not going to do a balayage to make her blonde. We're going to make it look like she had her natural hair color balayaged to get blonde. If you'd like to see my technique, just stay tuned.
I've been running for so long. I'm clear about the path I was on. I was breathless, my heart restless.
To see more of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell below to be notified when I put more out. This is Alyssa's inspiration picture. She likes that medium toned brown or darker blonde, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to melt it into the brighter blonde. Notice these darker roots. She does not want that. That is just the picture that she had found minus the darker roots. We are going to richen up her base, but not a lot. This is the formula that I chose. The base formula is that first 1/6 and the GI and the NB. And for the mids, I'm going to use the same formula, but add the 7NW. The reason for adding the 7NW is because once we get into that mid shaft, we are going to be getting into the porous blonde that's existing already. Therefore, I want to make sure it acts as a filler, and it also just lightens up the formula a little bit. That way it doesn't take too dark and drabby. I did do the technique on damp hair. I just felt like I didn't want it to grab awkward. I wanted it to have even porosity. To prepare her hair, I did a clarifying shampoo. Also did the pre-art from Redken for 10 minutes, letting it sit, and then rinsing that out. I did condition it. Then I also brought her over to my chair before I brushed it out. I did add the Matrix 20 to it to kind of even out that porosity again. Alyssa, if you haven't seen her in any of my videos, she has a lot of hair. So we want to make sure, and she's very, very blonde, and she's been dark, and she's been blonde back again. So we need to keep the integrity of her hair, but she has all different porosities throughout the length of her hair. So for my partings, I just pinned up each side, and then I cut the back in half and pin the first half up, and then I begin on the lower back. Then apply a foil to the top part of the section using clips to keep it in place. I use a wider foil because the hair is going to be flipped up onto that foil. That foil is going to be used to separate the lower half from the top half. That way there is no color transferring to where I don't want it. I'm first taking my darker base formula, applying it through the whole base. I want it from the root to down past that demarcation line of her new growth into where her old highlight begins. Then I'm going to take the hair and flip it up, applying the color to the other side, dragging the formula up as far as I would like the darkness to go. Now, every section or every other section, I do lay a foil in between there because I don't want the color to transfer from one section to the other. Sometimes if I'm not bringing the color up as far as I am the prior section, the hair that stays dry from the next section will touch the previous section where the color is at and can have spotty marks, and we don't want that to happen. So if you just take a foil, lay it back down, and then just go on to your next section. Just watch me finish up the back here, and then once I am done applying it, I will get into the next step as I drop the hair back down into place.
I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing, I'm barely awake. You left me in pieces, there's no more to break. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. inside my head.
So after I'm done with that step, I lay the hair back down and drag the color down with my fingers to kind of feather it through the hair. That way it doesn't have a harsh line. And I will often wipe my fingers off in between just to make sure that I don't transfer color to where I don't want it.
I need an angel after what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips.
And I actually remembered to add the conditioner before I apply the color rather than after, like the section prior. But I did the same technique to this crown section as I do on the back, but once I get towards the top of the head, I do change it up a little bit. So I will hop back on once I get to that spot.
'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. You're just a ghost inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost inside my head.
Here's where I changed it up a little bit. Remember that mid formula that I had that I added the 7NW to? This is where that comes into play. I don't want to drag the dark as far down on the top and the sides of the head as I did on the back, so I weave out some hair, pull that to the side, and then I drag down the mids formula, which with the 7NW a little further down. That way it's a melt turning, as it goes down the hair, turns into more of a low light.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll.
You notice that picture did have a bright piece around the face, so I am going to add that into the hair. I did not film that because I did not realize my camera stopped recording when I did that. But I basically just did two back-to-back fine weave foils in the bang area and on the side area there. I did not do them till I was done with this side section because I knew how long I wanted to process them. And of course, I did not realize the camera stopped, so I'm kind of bummed. But you'll see the end result anyways.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no.
Since the side of the head does not have a firm surface like the back of the head does, if you use a balayage board, you'll put a foil right on top of that and use that to run your color down. It'll be a lot easier.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
I rinsed the back out after I was done applying the front because it had sat there for its full amount of time and I didn't want to sit there any longer than it was, so I went ahead and rinsed out with cool water, holding the ends out of the hair because I did not want them to get toned down. I wanted them to stay nice and bright. And then I rinsed the front out 20 minutes after I rinsed out the back. I sectioned out the highlights that I had added out of the way, therefore they don't get this toner on that I'm going to be applying, and I will apply it to there last. And the formula that I used for this was 9GI, 9RB, and 9NB. And I know some of you will ask for the ratio of that. I do not remember at this point. Honestly, I mix up my toners by just kind of a feeling. Does that make sense? I kind of want a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I don't always just keep exact track of what I'm mixing together because it's never the same every single time. I may record the formula in my records or the client's record, but I don't always have exact formulations. Now, if I'm adding a dash of something, I might say a dash of this, but the reasoning behind my formula, first I want to add that I do tap the root right there with just my finger, but I don't ever run this toner through the ends except for the last 15 seconds. But the RB adds, this is the perfect, almost it's going to refresh her blonde because her ends kind of drabby and they're kind of bright, but we want to neutralize any yellow tones in there. You know, sometimes you can look at blonde hair and it's drabby and yellow at the same time. Well, that gold iridescent has violet tones, but it adds a warmth to it. That way it doesn't drab it out, but it fills the hair back in, and the RB adds the perfect amount of a balance to it. It's just really pretty. Just try it sometime. The after turned out amazing. See how we added that shine back into her hair? We added some life back into it. You can still have bright hair, but keep it looking really shiny. We were so excited about how it turned out. It just looked so natural, almost like she just had her natural hair color and she balayaged it. I also filmed how I curled her hair, but this video would just be way too long if I added that onto here. So once I put that video out, it will be linked right here above and in the description box, so you can just go right to that, and I'll show you how I got all this beautiful, wonderful volume. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please, please, please hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to see more, go ahead and subscribe, and I will have more videos out for you very soon. Thanks. Bye.